What's up, everyone? So today I have a special treat. This is my vlog from when I interviewed at Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine. Definitely one of the best experiences of my life. Really great time. And so this video will kind of just take you through the feelings I had leading up to interview day, feelings afterward, how I explored Chicago. Basically, if you're interviewing at Northwestern or you know anyone who is, I think this vlog is a great way for you to kind of get an idea of where to go, where to explore, and kind of get an idea of what the campus is like. Fortunately, I didn't actually start filming at the airport this time. I just started right when I got to my host's place. I also had a great friend at Northwestern, so you'll see a bit of her. Overall, great time, and so let me just get straight to it. Here's my time at Northwestern University. Hope you guys enjoy.
What's up, guys? I totally forgot to start this leg off of the trip, but this is the starting vlog of my trip to Chicago. I left from San Jose Airport yesterday. The flight was technically at like 9:20, but I got there at like 8, and so I just essentially have now reached Chicago. Skipped the whole airport business because I'm sure you're used to that. I'll talk a bit about my flight. So my flight was it was always Southwest. I always do Southwest flights because I'm trying to rack up my reward points so I can get something awesome. But after I got to the airport, my first flight was to Phoenix, an hour and 20 minutes. Second flight was from Phoenix to Chicago, 3 hours with a 1 hour layover. So I left California at 9:20 and got to Chicago around, I don't know, like 5:30, 5 to 5:30. And from there, I Uber pooled to here, which is Northwestern Feinberg School of Medicine. But you can also take a subway, which is $2. My Uber pool cost me about $19, but it also gave me the benefit of dragging my massive thumping luggage around. So I got out of there, and I think it was beneficial to do that. So next up on my trip, so I'm interviewing at Northwestern, which is great. It's going to be a good experience. I'm already really liking the vibe. So if you look out the window behind me, this is my host's house. I don't know if you can even see it. Ooh, you can kind of see it, but there are just skyscrapers everywhere behind me. I'm going to refocus here. Skyscrapers everywhere behind me, and it's super cool to be here. It gives me a very nice vibe. It's kind of like a Hollywood / SF combination vibe. Like, there are fewer people here, but it's definitely really nice because all the buildings have super nice architecture. My interview is on Wednesday. It's Monday right now? No, Tuesday. It's Tuesday now, so my interview is tomorrow. But I'm going to do a bit of sightseeing, and then I'm actually here until Saturday because I have some friends here, so I'm actually going to hang out with them for a while. So it's going to be really fun. I'll try to vlog a lot of the stuff I'm doing. So today I'm actually going to follow around one of my M1 friends. She's an M1 here. Do what she says, and maybe even vlog some of the sights I see, and make sure to keep you guys updated on that. Super cool. It'll be exciting. But yeah, remember that Northwestern School of Medicine is not on the same campus as Northwestern. The School of Medicine, much like UC Davis, is on an entirely different place near downtown Chicago, which I'm told is the most expensive place to live if you're in Chicago. So those are just some tips that I've learned along the way. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as I move along. Some of you may be like, Priyak, if your interview's not until tomorrow, why are you looking, so formal? And the reason for that is, one of the things you have to take into consideration if you're at any medical school is whenever you're going in the vicinity of patients, you have to dress in like a business casual manner. What that means is, collared shirt, not slacks, but khakis and maybe just normal shoes. So that's something you want to take into consideration, especially when you're going to be near medical students, medical hospital, teaching hospital. Anytime you're in front of patients, you want to be presentable. Not to say I wouldn't be presentable if I wasn't in front of a patient, but that's just the reason why. It's something you should take into consideration. Like today, my friend told me we might be seeing patients like when I shadow her, and if that is the case, it's my responsibility to look presentable. And if I don't look presentable, I can't even do that. So you want to make sure you always remember that in the vicinity of patients. And some med schools always make it a point to let you know, as a med student, when you're in front of patients, you'd be dressed in this manner. So you want to make sure you take that into consideration and really, really follow to that, because a lot of hospitals take that seriously. Guest feature right here. This is Margaret. She's my host.
What's up, y'all? Okay, if we look over there, hey, turn it. Okay, up, down, okay, down. Okay, that's Hancock Tower there. It's hella tall.
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, that's it.
Which one? The tall one? Right,
the tall
right
one
there. That's Hancock Tower,
Okay,
apparently.
y'all, and now we're gonna turn around right there. We see a beach. Maybe you see it. It's right there. Oh shit, this doesn't work. Okay, it's literally right
It's
there.
like back here.
It's like Oak Street
That's
Beach.
the
We play
beach.
volleyball there.
Oak Street Beach. Okay.
Okay, we turn again. We're gonna see the Ferris wheel. Where is it?
Right
oh,
there. I
That's
see it.
Navy Pier.
You're funny.
I know, what doesn't work? Okay.
That's Navy
This
Pier
is
right
Navy
there.
Pier.
Okay.
And this is Chicago.
This
and
is
this is brought to
Chicago.
you by Margaret and P-Rack.
Yeah, well, mostly Margaret, 'cause she taught me all this. But this is like the beach. You guys should check it out.
Oh yeah, this is Lake Michigan. Largest lake or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
largest. Look at that. It looks good, and it's not snowing yet. What is that place called again? Oak Street Beach or something?
Yeah.
Go to that beach. If you're near Northwestern School of Medicine, this is literally like a 5-minute walk away. We came here in like 5 minutes, and it looks like pretty much the most beautiful place I've seen. And I'm from California, which is saying a lot. And then that's look at that Ferris wheel. Yeah. And look, you even have like this massive walkway of trees. And you know, only like really like artsy places have walkways of trees, so you know.
That's how you know.
Yeah, you know it's epic. Anyway, this is pretty amazing. I spent the whole day at the school, but like this is pretty much like the only place you need
I
to
got
see.
still in it.
I don't think. Well, that's okay. That's Margaret. She goes to Northwestern, so she's really smart. Look at that. Look at that. That's like perfect Snapchat stories for like the rest of your life. So yeah, that's why you should come here.
What's up, everybody? So, if it's not evidently clear already, what I do with most of my interviews, because I obviously don't have like a full-time job because I'm not qualified at all, is because I end up coming to these places, I tend to know people and I know friends. So at Northwestern, I actually have a friend, and we already hung out a lot. But the point is, since I had a friend, she agreed to house me for a couple extra days. And so what I did was I was like, okay, cool. So I'll have my interview and then I'll just kind of hang out with you. So that was really nice. And so now I'm going to stay here for the next 2-3 days and actually just kind of meet her friends, hang out here. I'm going to go exploring in Chicago today. My interview was yesterday. So that's mostly the reason why I was MIA. You know, the interview was great. It was a great school, great experience. Feinberg was also another school where I actually met some really nice interviewers that were willing to hang out after the interview. So that was really nice, because it's always nice because your interviewees, the other interviewees in your pool that you're interviewing with, could be your future classmates. So if you actually get along with them and you're willing to hang out after the interview, that actually means a lot to me. There's only one other school where I've actually hung out with these interviewers, you know, like after the interview, because most people have flights to catch and stuff, but it is really nice when people agree to come and hang out. So yesterday we went to the Bean with I went to the Bean with 2 other interviewees. Super fun, super exciting, but it was only 2, so you know, I mean, it's still better than none. But same with like other schools I had no one to really hang out with afterwards, so I could never really gauge like if I really got along with someone too well, because during the interview day you're like swamped with material. But I do recommend that. So if you're gonna go interview somewhere and you have a couple hours to kill before your flight, or even a day or 2, definitely try to like hang out with the other interviewees. You know, these could be your future classmates, and if you get along with them, that's a pretty good sign. And almost everywhere I go in med school, I will be like, what makes this med school unique? And they say the people. And so, you know, I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know what the people of my class are gonna be like if I'm never going to really meet them? So on your interview day, those could be some of your future classmates. So if you get to know them well, that could be in your benefit. All random tangents aside, I think the main point I was making was, when I come to these places, when I come to, you know, I came to Northwestern and I've done other schools, I usually give myself at least 4 days. And what I mean by that is, obviously people who have work and jobs can't do that. But I have a part-time job, so it's really nice because I actually get to pick when and where I want to work. So because of that, I actually set up, when I came to Northwestern, and gave myself a week, because one of my best friends lives here. And in this week, I'm going to not only interview here, but also just explore the city. Because again, if you're going to end up living here for 4 years, you want to make sure you like the city as much as the city likes you. You know, when you interview at med school, you're interviewing the school as much as the school is interviewing you. You want to see whether you like the school, whether you like the facilities, whether you like the city, whether you like the people, whether you like the buildings, whether you like the giant skyscrapers, whether you like the climate, all that stuff. And you can't pick that up in 7 hours that you're here. And so I think it's important, and that's why I give myself a decent amount of time. And also, you know, Personally, I think it's really awesome because if you're housing with a student already, you can just ask them to house you for like another day and spend that day kind of exploring the city, because now you get kind of nice housing accommodations. Whereas if you came here to explore on your own, you'd have to rent a hotel room, you'd have to rent a car, figure it all out. But now you're staying with a student who can tell you where to go. You have good places to be. You can use public transport. Almost every major college city has a public transportation system. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what today is all about. My interview was yesterday, but today I'm spending the day exploring the city, really getting to know what it has to offer aside from the school. I went to the Bean yesterday because that's a big Chicago thing. But I'm gonna go try some deep dish pizza. There's a free zoo. I also have tomorrow, so I'm here. Today's Thursday. My interview was Wednesday, so I have Thursday, Friday, and then my flight is on Saturday evening. So you gotta take it. I mean, this is the 1 year you get to relax if you're taking a gap year, and I definitely like taking this opportunity to explore cities and get to know my potential future.
Right, so if you guys come to Chicago, definitely check out Skydeck. It's like this place that's literally like 1,000 feet up. I'm trying to find an open window. But yeah, I'm here right now. It's pretty insane. I'm lucky I came on a day where it's not as busy. I can see how this would be busy. Let's see. Find one. If you guys want to know where this is Skydeck. So definitely, if you're ever in Chicago, check this place out. It's part of the Sears Tower. It takes you to the top. Pretty much the tallest building. It was the tallest building in the world for a while, and then it got surpassed. But this is insanely high. And then it also has places where there's like glass on the bottom, and I'll try to show that. So we're walking around. Where are we walking around?
Millennium Park!
We're walking around Millennium Park. It's near the Bean. We just took a picture by the gateway. Behind me, you can see it. And now we're gonna go to this massive lotus pond. No, just kidding. I think we're going to the Bean, but it looks like a lotus pond.
We're going to the Bean. Hello!
Went to the zoo yesterday. I saw a lot of lions and tigers. It was pretty great footage.
How many lions and tigers?
I saw one lion and one tiger, but they were both like super close to me. It was very, very intimidating. Do you know why the Bean is famous? Or is it just because it's the Bean?
It's just like a classic Chicago icon.
Interesting. Interesting. See that? Just people next to the Bean. Still can't believe it's just a Bean. So we came to see this thing called the Mini Bean. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, we walked all the way to a library to look at the Mini Bean. For anyone who wants to visit the Mini Bean, because it's for people who are true Chicago people, they know where the Mini Bean is. It's at the Harold Washington Library, and it's on the highest floor. It's on the 8th floor. We took all the escalators up. We just knew that there was a Mini Bean, but we didn't know where it was, so we were just walking for days up these escalators. And then finally, we found the Mini Bean. Just remember, if you don't see the Mini Bean, you gotta look harder. We're gonna go down 8 floors, and we're gonna get brunch. What is the brunch place called? Raspberries? Wildberry. Make sure you go to Wildberry if you're in Chicago. It's the best brunch place. There was a 90-minute wait. I've never waited 90 minutes for anything in my life. It's right next to the Bean. The Big Bean, not the Little Bean, the Big Bean. Because the Little Bean is farther away. We walked here. But we're gonna head back now, I think.
And there you have it. Believe it or not, I'm trying to keep this video at about 15 and a half minutes. So that was my time at Northwestern. I loved it. Great school. I would be humbled to go there. Beyond amazing. Super happy that I got to spend time with Margaret, as you guys all saw. But as always, this isn't a vlog without a montage. So as always, here's some nice clips. You'll see some Snapchats. You'll see some photos of things that I might not have included. Overall, great time. And here it is. Take it away, montage. Cue great music.